A wave of teen violence downtown. Shaquazz Allen and Tyrone Booker face charges of including assault, unlawful imprisonment, and robbery. There are also two of the four suspects charged with robbing a woman at a Target bus stop the same night. A mother of one of the suspects says that they're innocent and were in St. Matthews for much of the night.
Family members say that they are innocent, that they were not involved in the teen mob attacks from last weekend.
Mobs of teens terrorized downtown Louisville, assaulting and robbing random victims over the weekend.
Police say the teens came from Waterfront Park, where about 200 kids were dispersed following an assault and robbery of a 13-year-old girl and the man who came to her aid.
This was an extraordinarily unusual incident. Nothing like this has happened in decades.
It only took a few minutes for teens to descend on a downtown convenience store.
It was an exception to the normal experience we see in Waterfront Park.
As soon as he started seeing them coming over, he tried to lock the door. It's not isolated, no. It's been going on for years.
He says the teens usually start in Waterfront Park and work their way south. Around the same time, police say a group of teens assaulted a woman while she waited in traffic. Bloody and beaten, she came to the gas station to find help. Surveillance video shows the mob trying to force entry, and police say they even punched the man several times. City officials are calling the events unusual and isolated.
One of the teen's mothers told me that her son was arrested only because he fit the bill.
They're not even giving him a fair chance. He hasn't even been to trial. He's not been judged by a jury, but he's already been convicted. His character's forever tarnished.
In all, police say there were 17 incidents that night.
I just need my child home. I need him exonerated. I need the truth to be heard.
Her son accused of attacking a woman and her fiance last Saturday in front of their children during the teen mob attack.
They have been falsely identified. They have been falsely accused.
His mother says he was at a cousin's house during the time the teen mob roamed. According to LMPD, the teens were identified by the victim from a pack of photos. They won't talk about what led them to these two teens. Shaquazz's mother says there's no proof her son is guilty.
Well, Cherri Allen said that she felt like she needed to be the voice of her son. Meanwhile, police say that they are going to make more arrests.
Hi, this is Kanisha, host on Underground Celebs, and right now this interview is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do with interviews. I'm doing an exclusive and more of a personal interview with Cherri Allen today. Cherri Allen's son, Shaquazz Allen, along with Tyrone Booker and two others, was charged with seven charges of unlawful imprisonment. We have a mother who's fighting for her son, who is facing 25 years to life, and I'm going to be here for her to share her side story. I see this incident went all the way back to March the 22nd. I see when it happened, and I saw his face on the news, and it's kind of heartfelt because I saw his head hanging down. But as you are here standing for your son's story, I'm here and I have your back, so you can tell your side of the story.
I want to thank you first of all for helping me be my voice of reason for the community, for other black children, and also for mothers who are scared to take a stand. It took place March 22nd, 2014. I remember him getting paid and coming in the house saying he was going to hang out like a typical teenager with his cousins and just hang out. And I got ready for bed. By the time I got getting into my sleep, my sister was calling me, telling me they were being arrested. I got my car immediately and took off looking for them. By the time I got another phone call from him, he said he was downtown at the Metropolitan Jail getting booked. He said he's being charged with robbery. I said, all four of them? He said, all four of them. And I said, robbed who? He said, we got a call that came in that a lady was robbed at the corner of Amy and Market. And I thought about it, so I knew immediately where they were. And they were at my cousin's house. And I said, no, that's not my son. He said, Miss Allen, I understand. It don't sound like them either. They well mannered. And, this might blow over before you know it. They get over in the morning. But I have to take them down because they was identified by the witness and the victim. And I said, identified? He said, yeah, we did a lineup. and they were identified. At that point, I had no clue what was going on or how they did their identification procedures or anything. So my immediate response as a parent, a concerned parent, was to jump into action and start calling lawyers. When we attended the arraignment court, they made it like they were just these heinous people, like they had no heart. And at the bond reduction hearing, he kind of made it into like a preliminary hearing, and you heard the testimonies of the 5 officers, and you heard the testimony of I myself testifying for my son and my nephews, and then she gave them home incarceration. He's graduating this year. He's going to the military at the end of the summer, where that was what he was supposed to be doing. But considering the fact that the Commonwealth state is looking to convict him, it might not be possible. So I'm fighting to get that all restored, because I feel like the victim claims she was robbed, or she may have not been, I don't know, I wasn't there. But I feel like my son and my nephews were robbed of such a bright future.
Their innocence was taken.
Yeah, their innocence, their livelihood. These are young men we talking about, working, going to school, on the right path, and there's not many of our young black youth that are looking to go on the right path. It's so easy to be disruptive, and these children are not. They made it look so easy to be on the right path. They made everything look fun and exciting. It was never a dull moment with them, because they stayed laughing, giggling, and joking, and I just enjoy the vibrant souls that they have, and I miss that around here. My house is so quiet and dull without them, and I miss them, and I need them home. I just don't think it's fair. I think that the case that they try to build on them with the robbery case was botched. I feel like that with the lineup, you are supposed to at least get 4 other strange men or something, and
somebody to compare them to.
Right, and then not only that, you're supposed to separate your victim and your witness, which never happened. You had them in a squad car together, and 4 men that know each other under a street light, and all of 2 minutes you identified them as being your attacker.
And your kids are not even from downtown.
No, we live in St. Matthews, nowhere near downtown. And from the street light, she says she knows who her attacker is, but originally when she talked to him, she gave a description of 4 black men between the ages of 16 and 20, all wearing black hoodies and blue jeans, one wearing gray sweatpants. And then she said that the height range was between 5'8" and 5'10". My nephew stands 6'2". My son stands 6'1". The other one stands 6 foot. And my other nephew is 5'6". You wasn't nowhere near the height range. So when we were in the hearing, his lawyer asked, why did you lock them up? He said, because they fit the profile.
They fit the profile.
The profile.
But you're not sure, but you fit the profile.
The profile. I was, hoping that they would tell me that she went in depth with the description of their facial features, or having glasses or dreadlocks or something, and that was never said. So that even made it harder, because when they showed that video of the mob, the so-called mob, with 200 children roving downtown Louisville being disruptive, everybody had on a hoodie. As a matter of fact, the trend started with Trayvon Martin, and it's not going to stop, because Trayvon Martin is still a movement. So you got old and young men wearing hoodies, but this is your profile. Their civil rights have been violated. And Friday afternoon, he got out of school, he went to sleep, and the police came busting in my door, and they arrested him again. After his face had been all over the news, they come and arrest him again. And the officer was so nasty that he wouldn't tell me what he was being arrested for. He took him out of here barefooted. And They took him to a police station in Portland and tried to question him. And I told him, don't say anything until I get his lawyer down there. Well, when I found out what he's being arrested for, he was being arrested for assault and 7 counts of unlawful imprisonment and criminal mischief. His lawyer subpoenaed Sprint for the cell phone records. This is going to show he was nowhere in the area at the time that the lady was attacked or the robbery. He was also out J-Town with a friend playing basketball at the time that the First and Jefferson attack even occurred. So they give him a bond of $25,000 and said he is a danger to our community. Now we talking about a child who is graduating high school in June. On time. Never had a referral. Not only not never having a referral, he works. He's had his job longer than most adults. Our black community leaders haven't reached out and even listened to them cry for their innocence, and they haven't heard my cries or anything, but they sit next to the very people who started the mob and tried to justify his innocence. I, as a black mother, a single black mother, I'm not gonna back down at all. It's not time.
You are his voice.
I'm his voice and everyone else's. I'm his voice and everyone else's. I refuse to back down at this moment. Right now there's a time where I feel like we have to take a stand. They got 17 reports of crimes going on that night. And my children are being accused of some of those crimes. And I want them exonerated. I want them free. And those cell phone records and my son being on the TARP when he left and went to go play basketball from J-Town all the way back to St. Matthews at the time that woman was attacked, that's going to show it. That's going to be the proof. And that's what I stand on. That's what's keeping me grounded. And I'm going to keep fighting for their rights, their civil rights, to restore their character, to restore their integrity, to encourage them to keep on being the people that they are and don't let that tear them down. Yes, I don't want this to tear them down, and it's not going to. And if it takes everything I got in every moment of my life, I'm going to continue to keep encouraging them and uplifting them.
I applaud you because it's not too many, it's not too many parents that take a stand for their children like that. And very few you hear that go to the end to see their child get free. So I applaud you for taking a stand. I see you have a lot of people who are wanting to help out with this, as far as proceeds, donations. I've even seen where you have other lawyers calling in to help your lawyer with this case because they believe that your son is innocent.
Yeah, and if anybody else wants to jump on board, help out, we are needing all the help we can get, whether it's funding, legal advice, or if you just want to reach out to me and get...
Or whether you just want to pray. Our prayers are accepted.
Yes. You can reach me at Cherri Allen on Facebook. Or we've got a GoFundMe. It's the Misidentified 4. And we also at change.org with the Misidentified 4. We need to uplift one another. Stand together. I walked at the courthouse yesterday and a lady was blowing her horn and I kept looking around and I didn't know what was going on, and she said, you keep fighting for your kids, you keep fighting for your boys, and it made my chest stick out this much more farther and my head held higher, and I was like, God, you're speaking to me, you're speaking through other people, I hear you, and I'm going to keep on fighting, I'm not going to stop.
You all are watching Underground Celebs. Cherri Allen with the story of Shaquazz Allen, Tyrone Booker. I'm asking you all to please, I'm asking you all to, if you can be a witness, help be a voice behind this, because this is not just going to be another court case that gets passed by. We're going to take this to the top. God bless you.